did to get back to you?
No.
You know what I did? Don't fucking get back to you! You know I fucking suffered! He fucking suffered because of you! And what have you done, motherfucking hell? And my fucking kid's Grace! You're fucking my brother! You're fucking my brother, my fucking hell!
Please.
I love you, Grace!
These are girls, please.
You know how much I love you! You know what I... Grace, you know what I fucking... You know what I can do with these fucking ass, Grace! You
Welcome back to our humble San Diego podcast. You've now tuned in to Drop the Mic, and I am your host, The Swan, and alongside me tonight, our Bay Area buddy, Mr. Ryan Jiminez, is back once again. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for having me again.
Of course. Thank you for agreeing to show up again. It's should be a fun time, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you're going to help me discuss the highly underappreciated 2009 psychological thriller, Brothers, in episode 249, Winter Homecoming. But first, here's some of our usual warm-up segments, starting with pop culture news.
And now for a special news report, brought to you by Drop the Mic.
It was reported earlier this week that after an internal investigation into his on-set behavior, actor Jeff Garlin has left the long-running ABC show The Goldbergs. I guess the complaints came from staff of the show who alleged that his verbal and physical conduct made them uncomfortable. And then, like, a whole bunch of different news outlets are reporting that the decision for him to leave the show was quote-unquote mutual. So if anyone had on their 2021 bingo card Jeff Garlin being fired from the Goldbergs, kudos to you, because that was it. I didn't see it coming. I don't know if you've ever watched the show.
Here and there, but not religiously or anything.
I used to watch it like super religiously. I just kind of fell off of it. Yeah, dude, kind of shitty. You have any thoughts on that?
I'm just glad that people are being held accountable more so.
Yeah.
It seems
yeah,
like.
Dude, for sure. So Variety is reporting that DC's Blue Beetle, starring Xolo Mariduena, will now be hitting theaters on August 18th, 2023, instead of premiering on HBO Max, which is fucking rad. And then for my last bit of news, unless you've been living under a rock, Spider-Man No Way Home came out and fucking demolished the box office around the world. And here, it brought in a total of $253 million in North America alone, and an insane $587 million worldwide, which is mind-boggling. It has like an A+ on Cinema Scores still, a 99 on Rotten. So I think that is like a perfect storm, with all that being said, to maybe top the $858 million mark Avengers Endgame made. Those numbers are insane, though.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. That was actually one of my first pieces of news too, but it's okay. Glad you brought it up.
Yeah, dude, it's good. It's good. Obviously, fucking Marvel doesn't need more money, and Sony, but it's cool to see that people are going to the movie theaters again like that. and they feel comfortable enough to go to the movie theaters like that. So, yeah, that's all I got on news.
All right. So I have now three pieces. So kind of piggybacking off of your Spider-Man news, Del Toro's Nightmare Alley is not doing very well, where it had failed to even bring in, it hasn't even brought in 3 million yet.
That is insane.
Just like,
is that it's Fox? Is it Fox, like Fox Searchlight?
Yeah, I wanna say yeah.
So it's crazy to think that they would release that this weekend.
Yeah, it's like, did they just dump it? I don't understand.
And it also sucks too, because like I don't think I started seeing anything for it like on social media or like on TV until just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, like nobody knew that he even had a new movie coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of the shitty thing about Spider-Man. I mean, not shitty, but kind of the sucky thing to come out of that is that it did that to Del Toro's movie. And I've heard Bradley Cooper is awesome in it, and I know he's getting some buzz for the awards.
Nice. That's crazy, considering how big I felt The Shape of Water was when it came out.
It is kind of crazy that you said that Shape of Water did so good, and it was kind of like a phenomenon, I would say.
Yeah. That's a weird ass movie to make a lot of money, you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you think about it, like, what?
Yes, I was in the movie theater, kind of with my jaw on the floor as I was watching that infamous, famous scene. But yeah, dude. Hopefully, it makes a little bit more. I mean,
it'll, if they don't pull it early, it'll have some time. But yeah, that's way low considering.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard this yet or not. It seems like it's barely coming out now, but yesterday there was the Once Upon a Time in LA music festival that obviously was held in Los Angeles. I think at the Exposition Park, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It was a crazy stacked three stages one day. Everybody from like Ice Cube, Snoop, 50 Cent, and then you have Al Green, and it was just a super like eclectic mashup of all of these kind of hugely famous West Coast stars. And I guess after the sun went down, before like the bigger stars could go on, I guess there was an incident backstage where Drakeo? Is that how you say his name? Drakeo the Ruler?
Yeah.
He was assaulted. I think he was supposedly breaking up a fight or something happened, and he was stabbed in the neck. Obviously, that's pretty fucked up, and he was bleeding out and rushed to the hospital where he, like, I guess, passed away already.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. He was super young and talented. He had that, I don't know if you ever listened to his shit, but he had that mixtape that he did from when he was in prison.
Uh-huh.
That is fucking awesome. But yeah, dude, it sucks and sad that shit happens like that.
Especially because it's like, that's wild that stuff can just escalate that quickly, you know what I mean? Like, you're chilling there and the day's going well, and then it's like nothingness.
Yeah, dude.
So quick.
It's crazy. Have you heard anything about if they have anyone in like?
Oh, as far
suspects or anything?
I think they're still doing an investigation, so they're just everything that's come out are just rumors. There are videos, although it's I wouldn't recommend looking it up because it's kind of disturbing. But there are videos of what happened, and I don't know. It's just crazy. I had some friends that were out there, so it's just like that's so bizarre to me that shit just happened. You know, because I had been watching stories, and it seemed like chill, like everybody was just chilling. You know what I mean? And then you see that, and I don't know. Maybe there was like some kind of like beef that we don't know about that, you know, that caused that altercation. But it sucks that when it has to go to like those lethal terms, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. That kind of stuff, dude, is. I mean, I can never speak on, you know, because I'm not in that shit and how they are and things like that. But it just seems so pointless to essentially end two lives, like your life and that person's life, because that's what basically happened. That's what happens when things go down like that, dude. So yeah, dude, it's just a big bummer.
In some more, I guess, bummer news, but not quite as bad, voice actor Jay Johnston has reportedly been banned from returning to his role as fan favorite Jimmy Pesto Sr. from Bob's Burgers, after, I guess, photographs have surfaced of Johnston participating in the attempted insurrection that took place nearly a year ago now. What are your thoughts on this?
This is, like, first off, it's very Jimmy Pesto of him to do that shit. But, I mean, like, I never, like, that whole thing is, like, it's crazy, right? But at this, and another part of it is, like, you're going somewhere and you're doing something like that where you know there's going to be, you know, repercussions, and for him to go to that event and just be ballsy and have his face out and everything, it just shows that he was a fucking idiot to begin with.
Yeah.
And like, good. I'm glad that he's not on the show anymore, and I'm glad that they're not allowing him to voice that character anymore. I was reading something about how, like, someone in that, like, scene of, like, comedians and actors was interviewed, and they said that, like, basically that because they still can't tell, like, in those pictures if it is him, but I guess that all like those comedians and stuff like that are in that community basically said, no, that's fucking him. Like, we know him. He was like, that was him. So it's just like,
yeah, they're basically saying that he had confirmed it with them. So it's just like technicalities where they can't necessarily, like, he won't say it was him. Like, he's staying quiet, so they can't really legally say, oh no, this is him. And
it's good to see that those guys, all the people that they're catching are going to jail and going to prison. Like, I think someone just went to jail for like 5 years for throwing something at a cop or a security guard, like it was like a chair or something like that. So you do dumbass shit like that for a dumbass cause, it's going to catch up to you, and it's catching up to all these people, including him.
Yeah, because they're doing, like, research on, like, getting everybody slowly, huh?
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm sure the FBI and fucking everyone is working on that shit, and that's why it's taking so long, but eventually all those fools' times will come.
And now it's time for the weekly recommendations.
So I have a couple. So my first one is I don't know if you've heard about it or seen it, but it's The Curse of Von Dutch, A Brand to Die For. It's like the